Hello, hello, campers. And this is Tales from the Campfire Podcast.
Take us into the battle.
No. No.
No, that is my line.
That is my job. Keegan. Take us in the battle.
Hello, welcome to the Tales from the Campfire Podcast. I am one of your camp counselors. My name is Keegs. I am joined by Kev
What up?
and Manny. Say hello, Manny.
Hello, muy buenas tardes.
We are here to tell you tales of the creepy, the weird, and the highly strange. This week we will be toy.
This man's only drinking a Pepsi, by the way.
We cut him off since the last show.
Talking too much shit. Now his wife is here to make sure his voice is in check. That next time he says anything mean and disturbing,
As
she's
if-
going to reach over and slap him.
As
Cannot
if
divulge any more
she
family secrets.
didn't already have to hear my voice enough. Now she has to do this. We're here to tell you tales of the creepy, the weird, and the highly strange.
Also show you how to get merit badges and roast marshmallows with s'mores.
Yep, all that stuff.
Swimming lessons.
This week we'll be talking about the haunted seas and ships of the dead. Excuse me, I think I need to adjust something. My voice sounds weird.
Part of the crew, part of the ship. Yeah. I don't know. I think pirates.
I don't think ghosts of the dead would float, is all I'm just saying. Like, they're...
No, they'd probably pull a Jesus. They could like walk on the water.
Yeah.
Float over.
If they're... Technically, if the ghost can already float, like, as materia, is it really floating
Materia?
in the water?
Is that a word?
Yeah. Because it's not... It's,
ectoplasm.
yeah, it's basically just like a mist or plasm or materia or material. I don't know what the fuck they're made out of. Light energy. Are they really
They're
floating?
made of ghosts. That's what they're made of.
Yeah.
Well, so like in Pirates of the Caribbean, those ghosts were walking on the seafloor, right?
Well, they were also skeletons. And they were,
And they
Or
weren't
were they
clothes.
ghost skeletons?
And they weren't
had
ghosts.
guns
Were they-
and
Were they
other
physical?
Because
Yeah, they're
technically they
skeletons.
weren't dead. They were
Right.
just
They were
stuck.
undead. They were stuck in limbo of living and dead at the same
Yeah.
time.
Davy Jones Locker did not
I literally
take them.
finished this movie this morning, which is the funny
What's
part.
the ship called?
Which one?
That one.
The Black Pearl?
No, the ghost ship.
Oh, the Flying Dutchman?
Yeah.
That's in our stories today.
Nice. You know,
It never actually flies, though. It's
he didn't either. The only time he flew was when he flew into that little cyclone they were fighting in and he died.
He swung from a rope and was like, "Ah, you scurvy motherfuckers."
Watch me do a hentai with my face.
This isn't the first time I've seen tentacles.
In fact, they're all over me. Watch me drop my pants, yar.
Yar. We're joined by Ruth, our producer, as
And
always.
our mascot in the lap. of said
The mascot
producer.
in the lap. Dan was biting Ruth right after we started. I don't know if you guys probably heard that. The owl is in the background, but he's all calmed down now. We also have Ashley, my wife.
This is my wife.
My wife. Well, you guys said it funny last week. It was like, my wife.
My
I'm gonna go home and have sex with my wife.
I don't know what that's from. I know that I've also heard.
Yeah, I feel like I've
last podcast of Left to it, but I can't remember what exactly it was from.
Right.
It's a meme of something.
I think I need to be turned up a little bit.
Okay, here you
Maybe
go.
not.
I'm just loud now because I'm
Get
doing what you
turned-
guys want.
There's something different. I don't know if it's just because I'm used to seeing my own levels and I'm not seeing them now.
What's different is your wife is here.
Do I sound okay to you guys? Do I sound loud? Do I sound sexy?
You sound sober.
Sound like Keegan is what you sound like. You
Okay.
sound like Keegan.
Yeah, so we are... what
Dope.
was I saying?
We're gonna do the Flying Dutchman.
We're talking
Yes,
about
we're going to talk about
boats.
that. My wife is here.
My wife.
My wife.
Sorry, I want to
My
give her
wife.
credit. She is doing the audio mixing for us tonight, so it's less for me to try to dick around with while we're recording this. So let's see. Did we do news or game first last week?
We did. I think it was news.
News
Pretty
first?
sure we did news first.
All right. I'll go ahead and start with the first story, which kind of has to do with our topic of the night tonight. It's about the endurance. Kevin and I were talking about this a few days ago.
This is exciting news.
So in a story which should give hope to anyone who has wished for answers to long-standing and iconic mysteries, a team of researchers announced this week that they had finally located the Ernest Shackleton's
They found Ernest's house?
lost vessel Endurance, which had seemingly sunk into oblivion off the coast of Antarctica over a century ago.
Man, I miss Ernest. Those shows are so good, man.
Did he die? Is he dead?
He
did.
He died a while back.
No.
I just miss him so much.
Okay. What you talking about, Vern?
Just such an iconic voice.
The subject of several searches over the last few years, the 1915 shipwreck had proven to be rather elusive until the group Endurance 22 managed to not only locate it last month. They managed to locate it last month. That's the end of a sentence.
This is that proofreading thing you're telling me about.
I never proofread my own shit. In announcing the landmark find, they marveled at how the frigid waters kept the vessel incredibly well preserved to the point that its name can still be seen emblazoned on the stern of the ship.
Well, the crazy part is I've seen like the news article of it like on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And so I got to see it. Like they showed pictures of what they saw, and it literally looked like it could have sank like maybe just a couple of years ago instead of like a bajillion years ago. So like that frigid, like super duper like cold water is just keeping everything from falling apart, decaying, like rotting. Like it's literally almost perfect still.
Yeah, like the Titanic is kind of the same way. It's very well preserved because of where it's at in the ocean, but that sunk 9 years after this ship did.
Right.
The Titanic was
longer.
iron, and it's still preserved better than the Titanic. Like it's incredible how well it, like you said, it looks like it could have just sank like a year or two ago.
Yeah, like all the wood bits that you see, like the railings and all that stuff. It looks nice still.
Yeah,
so it's like
you can see like the natural staining on the wood panel.
Like everything is still there. Yeah. So it was just kind of like you kind of have to take a second and think about it. You're like, is this actually true or what? But then you just have to think about how cold is a natural preservative. Like it just will literally lock the life into everything. So
my wedding cake lasted like 3 years in our freezer and it still tasted good. So the cold will do anything. It'll keep anything good except for steak. Not steak.
No, just literally
good
any
with
meat.
steak as long as the steak is vacuum sealed and or salted very well.
It's like any meat will freeze or burn eventually.
That's
but that's if it's dry.
Chicken.
Though.
Chicken is horrible.
Oh, chicken.
Don't freeze chicken.
Does not do it.
And if you do unfrost your chicken, that's it.
You got to do it right there.
You got to eat all of it. There's not.
Got to do it right there.
It's so weird how frozen will be a taste present in chicken so prevalently. Like I refuse to eat frozen chicken. I ate it too much growing up. I can't do it anymore. It gets all fucking rubbery and gross. Manny, do you want to read the Florida one? Florida man of the week.
Florida man.
Oh man, we getting a lot of these guys. Florida man.
This guy? Is this the guy with the flag?
That was last week.
Valhalla, Van Halen, or rocking out in the hurricane.
Oh no, that guy's sick though. That was from like what 5 or 6 years ago. He's out there with his long hair, just like yeah. It's good shit.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Florida Man of the Week.
Yeah.
A Spring Hill man is accused of calling 911 to have the methamphetamine he recently purchased from a man he met in the area bar tested because he believes it was really bath salts. If you cannot tell the difference between bath salts and your meth, you have a problem, sir.
Also, one I'm sure smells better than the other.
I'm sure that lavender meth is not the right stuff.
Very floral this time around.
You know, every time I heat this up to smoke it, it gets kind of waxy. There's a lot of crackle and pop in here.
This burns a little more than usual.
Why is the smoke black?
I taste pennies.
According to Hernando County Sheriff's Office, Thomas Eugene Colucci. What the hell kind of Latin American Italian situation do we got going on here? We got Hernando County Sheriff's Office, Thomas Eugene Colucci, made the emergency call around 7 p.m. on Thursday. Deputies say Colucci told them that he was an experienced drug user who used methamphetamine in the past and knew what he should feel like. When it didn't produce the expected sensation, he decided to call authorities. Colucci then produced 2 small baggies, each containing a white crystal-like substance, handed it to the officer, and said, "Which one do you think is meth?" No. Each containing a white crystal-like substance. Did you write that twice, or did I just... Oh, yeah, I just got... Handed them over to the deputies. Colucci told the deputies he wanted his methamphetamine tested because he did not want other people to purchase fake methamphetamine from the person who sold it to him. He's
like, listen, guys, I'm an expert. Listen, officers,
guys, look at my teeth. You know how long it took for it to get this way? Actually, not that quick because I do a lot of drugs, okay?
Look, I've seen what's been happening around town with the ketamine and the cocaine and the crocodile and the...
Yeah, we were talking about that one too.
The formaldehyde or fentanyl.
Fentanyl. I don't want other people overdosing. I want the real shit. However, he was unable to provide the name and any contact info for the individual who provided him with such meth. As requested, a deputy performed a field test on the sample of the white crystal-like substance from each of the baggies. Both baggies tested positive for methamphetamine, according to Hernando County Sheriff's Office.
Ashley was telling me a story a few days ago about these people were doing coke, and it was laced with fentanyl, and 2 of them OD'd, and then 2 people gave mouth-to-mouth to them. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, not like...
CPR.
Yeah. But it transferred the fentanyl to those people, and those people ended up ODing as well. Yeah, I think the first 2 died from it. No one died. Everyone just OD'd, though. What's that stuff you were talking about that you want to carry around in a spray
Narcan.
bottle? Yeah. He was saying we should start, because we have so many like high people running around the hotel.
Just literally open carry like a bandolier of just needles with Narcan in it.
Oh, yeah.
And being like, not only am I going to tackle you, but I'm going to jab you with this and then steal your high, too.
Have you seen Pulp
literally
Fiction?
I'm giving you your high to the gods.
You guys should just add a poster in the middle of the hotel of the Pulp Fiction needle in the chest scene. Just have her sitting there, stood up with the needle, like, don't do drugs. Anyways, after presenting the officers with such baggies and them testing positive, deputies arrested Colucci,
I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
who said he was having chest pains after being placed in the back of the patrol vehicle, probably because he was coming down. After being cleared and by the physician at an area hospital, Colucci was taken to Hernando County Detention Center. He has been charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Ooh, paraphernalia. So, yeah, guys, always get your meth tested by the police.
Yeah, whenever you feel like getting high, sticking yourself in the arm, just go to the police first and have them check it.
Yeah.
The weird
Just as
thing-
if your parents would check your Halloween candy, have your cops check your drugs.
The weird thing is that nowadays people can buy the fentanyl test kits, like, and methamphetamine test kits to take home. Like, if you're going to choose to do those drugs, which I'm not saying that you should.
I definitely shouldn't. Like, yeah, just don't. Just nobody do this shit. It ruins your life.
But if you do decide to partake, get yourself a fucking test kit.
Yeah, I mean, fentanyl is a pretty serious thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just Just take it to
That's
the
why.
police.
That's why I don't do drugs anymore. 'cause
Police
I
will
don't know
test
what the
it for free and give you a free ride.
Yeah, you can just be like,
Put
hey,
a roof over your head with 0 rent.
hey, bro.
Yeah, 3 squares and what? Three hots and a cot. Thank you.
It's a
Just-
free
just-
free steel bracelet.
Just show up to the deputy
Pretty
sheriff
orange
department and be
gypsy.
like, hey, I found this outside. I don't know what it is. Can you test it? If it's nothing, can I have it back?
If it's not what I think it is, might need that back.
Sir, this is sugar. Fuck. Okay, thank you, officer.
So this is Ajax dishwash soap.
Oh, yeah, I need that. I got to clean my dishes later.
Oh, what's that movie? The Cheech and Chong movie where the girl does all the Ajax off the
Oh, yeah.
how
Mexican American.
up in smoke.
Yeah.
Up in smoke. That was a good one.
Can I get your name? His name's Ralph.
Let's get Chinese eyes.
What's that? A toothpick?
You guys ever done Tide Stick?
I call stuff Tide Stick.
Why do you call it that? Because it's tied to a stick, man.
Oh yeah. So dumb.
So we have a new style of game we're doing this week with the cryptids.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But before we get to that, we want to go ahead and give you guys a little preview of our
New porn.
this week.
Everyone got really silent really quick. It was like, we filmed the porn?
When was
When
that?
did this happen?
Well, that must have been last episode, man. I don't remember half.
He
of
drugged us.
That mead.
that. You didn't know it was called Roofie Red?
We want to give you guys a little clip of last week's Patreon episode, a little taster. Yeah, those Patreon episodes are bonus episodes. You can get them for $10 a month. We record them weekly. We'll be recording one after this episode tonight, and it's called Lights Out. This is from episode 2. Go ahead and roll.
Well, here's the best part. So now that we're here without Keegan, that means that this is like a sub episode of Lights Out
Yes.
within Lights Out, which is a rare thing. So Keegan never really leaves. So this is the first time his seat's been empty. And it's just me and Manny sitting in a room. Oh, and Ruth is here. That's right. She just turned the mic to herself.
Just sit on the couch.
Well, here's the thing. Now you can. This is your time to say whatever you want.
Yeah, you could be like,
This is your time. Keegan's little
the
baby
producer
bitch
now.
for going downstairs and
phone
peeing
now.
in a separate bedroom instead of the one that we're in. That little jerk.
What do you say it was called?
PPS?
PPS?
Public pee syndrome? He likes to pee in public?
No, he
He
loves
does
the
not
pee.
like to pee.
No, he loves it. In fact, that's all he
He's
does.
been caught in the park multiple times.
With his little micro PPS. You know, just I'm kidding.
Is that the 007 gun? Is that what-
Almost full.
The golden one that kills people one shot.
Oh, no, that was a
Golden eye.
PP7. The PP7.
But it is PPS because 7 starts with S.
Yeah.
So it's actually right.
We should just call him the PP7 from now on.
PP7.
Can we
Wasn't
make
there
him
like
a badge?
Hello, PP7.
Wasn't there like a social experiment where they put like a bathroom?
Oh, yeah, the
With
glass.
The
Like you
one-way
can see
mirror.
out, but they
Yeah.
can't see in.
Right.
So like you feel like you're.
I really want to
in
do that
public.
and be like that, but I won't turn the fucking
Go
filter
to
on.
any soccer game with the trough style fucking urinal.
Yeah.
Do that.
Just go to a club, man. And there's plenty of people.
I can't with clubs anymore. I really can't. I used to be a DJ in Los Angeles, and it's just a hot, sticky room where people are gross and they touch each other, and it's basically like peel it. Like you have to peel yourself off of people that you dance with, like you would like in the middle of summer on a leather couch, just getting off of it. It's disgusting. I can't take it anymore. Like honestly, I did it a few times. I'm like, dude, clubs suck, dude. I hate them. I really hate them. It's just a disgusting room.
Keegs has returned. The
So
counselor.
our sub lights out segment is now over, and the regular lights out can continue.
You're gonna need some napkins for your bathroom.
You're yeah.
Well,
Man, that was a fun episode.
Muy buenas tardes.
yeah, we were definitely feeling pretty good at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, the episode I titled I titled it "Fueled by Mead" because it's just
Hashtag bear claw meter.
hashtag, yeah. There's a lot of those in there. Yeah. So if you guys want to check that out, $10 a month on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Tales from the Campfire Podcast. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, and it's like over an hour long. I mean, the last 2 episodes have both been over an hour long. Tonight, on this week's episode, I think we're just gonna be talking about Manny's haunted ass house.
Yeah, that's all right.
Maybe telling some ghost stories, and yeah, we just have a lot of fun here. We just.
Oh, I will. I am currently working on
Is it warm?
cryptid
Some
merit badges.
warm meat over there. You're working on the cryptid badges?
Yeah, the cryptid merit badges.
Sweet.
We're gonna figure that out. We have to send our first Patreon user a trail leader merit badge that I'm gonna create for him.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hear that, Jamil? We're making you custom merch that only you're gonna have.
Yeah, Jamil's the man. He's still the only patron.
Oh, I was also told that apparently our link tree isn't in our descriptions.
Uh-oh.
It's in the Instagram one. I forgot to put in the other ones.
Oh, no.
That's probably something we should get on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get on that. Where are you going, Tannen? That's a wall.
You can't see the fly.
He's killed a fly.
I'm sure he has. He's probably listened to that helicopter.
I literally
fly
held
over.
him up to the window while it was buzzing around, and he was just sitting there like this, and you see his little ears going, and he just went boom, and then got
Full
it.
sonar.
So cool. I've never seen a cat do
I wonder
that
if he
before.
clicks and we just can't hear it.
If he clicks like
Like a sonar click.
echo location.
Yeah.
Oh, he does that. He stands in the freaking hallway and starts screaming until someone says something back.
Well,
I'm
then
serious.
He doesn't click then. He's just lonely.
Yeah, he's just, where did everyone go? It got quiet. Because he kind of bases like
lonely.
he kind of bases where he is based off of our talking as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't say anything, you'll just stand there and he'll look around, and it's like sounds aren't reverberating off of things anymore. So he
Yeah.
just doesn't know. So he's kind of, all right, guys, it's too quiet in here.
He
Where
really
are
is
you?"
like the daredevil of cats.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got a new game we're going to play tonight.
It's called How Many Shots Does It Take to Get Keegan Completely Blacked Out?
I'm not drinking tonight.
I know, that's why I said
I got the old brain hurts.
brain hurts and Hershey squirts.
Maybe both. You don't know my life.
Tootsie Pop shots.
Hot lava.
There's a bubble gut and hot snake.
Yeah. Ruth is kind of leading the charge on this week's cryptids. She's, I believe, pulling some up for us. Can you turn me down a little bit? They can hear you.
I don't know why you whispered. I mean, you can cut it later.
Well, I whisper so you guys know that I'm later. I can just hear my own breathing. I'm like, yeah, it might be a little too loud.
I mean, if you close your mouth when you breathe, it wouldn't be too so loud. I'm kidding. I
do a lot of talking.
I mouth breathe too, but that's because I have a deviated septum, so I'm stuck like this for life. Okay.
I have allergies.
Apparently that doesn't work for me, so I try to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Then I get yelled at, "You're not close to the mic." Well, if you want to hear,
That's fine.
that one kid from Hey Arnold just fucking.
Just for your guys' knowledge, it's easier to edit out the breathing in like a big batch than it is to raise your voice up in post, because I can't do just one individual voice. Well, I can, but it would take me twice as long.
You gotta say it with your chest.
So if you guys are afraid of, if you guys
say with the chest.
say it with your chest,
ouch.
ouchie.
Why do you talk like that?
I found a really bad theme song for our game. A really bad one. You guys are gonna fucking hate it, but I like it. So let's go
You
ahead.
didn't like the generator fucking noise that I got you?
No,
No.
it was too short. There's not much I can.
You can loop it.
Yeah, but it's
Fruity Loops.
it needs more than just that. You know.
What was a quick cryptid generator?
Roll the one I found.
Believe, believe, yes you can. Believe in the power of the Mothman. Believe, believe,
Oh, I fucking love
yes
this.
you can. Believe in the power of the Mothman. Believe in the Mothman.
Can we send it to that guy that goes, what if this was 80s?
That was pretty bad, huh?
I like it. It's great. It's real good.
Kevin hates it so much.
He literally just hit one key on that keyboard the whole time.
Oh yeah,
There was two.
There's a whole song. There's a whole like 3-minute song. I just cut out
Fuck.
everything in the middle. He gets into it.
Does he change cryptids or is it always the
It's always
Mothman?
Mothman.
Oh.
Believe in the power of the Mothman.
We should request people to make us like different cryptids.
Well, someday we will.
Just
But
be like, hey, send us your cryptid song and we'll post it.
it's all about getting to
We
the
might
point.
just fuck it.
Yeah.
It's all about getting to the point where people like
Actually
you enough.
listen to us.
No, people are listening. We're doing pretty good, but it's getting to the point where people like you enough that they're willing to work for you for free.
I don't get
No,
people
the
that like
word-
me that much.
I'm not saying that they're doing it for free. They're doing it for exposure. Just like we expose them cryptids on this show.
I think it's my headphones.
Oh, there it is again. You said it was the last time. It's a lie.
Okay. I will not do it again.
I knew
I
it. I knew
apologize.
it was coming.
He
For
does
some
not
reason-
like that his headphones are not professional quality.
Maybe that's what it
God.
is. There's something different that's bothering the hell out
Before
of
you
me.
know it, he's gonna have someone put his headphones on him for him.
Is that an EFM detector? No, it's my decibel device.
No, he's got to have like a what is it? A cup of throat coat before he goes on as well. You know, make sure all his tubes are nice and lubed.
He's
You know,
gonna have
drink a big old thing of honey.
We're gonna have Atmos, digital Atmos speakers all over.
And then he's gonna have like a bag of M&Ms, like he was talking about earlier, and he's gonna have someone actually divide it by color for him. And he's gonna eat the red ones last
He's
because
gonna
he's
have
fucking weird. Like
He's gonna
that.
have every third one licked, so it's only chocolate.
And then they're gonna mix them up in their mouth and spit them out, so you didn't know which color it was before.
It's gonna bird baby all the M&Ms.
It melts in your mouth, but not in your hand.
So he just wants M&Ms that melt in your hand. That's the only ones that he
Just eat chocolate.
Kevin was like, "Hey, can you bring my multi-tool over? I forgot at work." And I was like, "But where am I going to put my M&Ms?"
Like, put them in your other pocket. Pants come with 4, sometimes 5.
I didn't even have M&Ms. I was like, "What's the weirdest thing I could say?"
I know you did. That's why I said put it in your other pocket.
Yeah, the pocket.
You're gonna have to take the M&Ms out of your multi-tool pouch and put my multi-tool in the pouch.
Believe.
I'm just gonna put my multi-tool in a bag of M&Ms.
Believe in the Mothman. Yeah.
Believe in the Mothman.
Believe.
You guys think we can get Alice Cooper to sing that?
All right. Okay. So I'm going to swing this over to Ruth so she can
Chocolate
tell us what our
rain.
cryptids are. Oh, the game?
Yeah, you have to explain it.
I don't fully
Get the game
understand it
show
yet.
button.
There is none.
Did you get rid of the game show button?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Oh, see, this is where you messed up.
that's where you messed
That's where
up.
you-
I
messed
needed
up.
everything that we needed. It'll go back on there next week because we won't have the Patreon ad on there next week.
I feel bad.
You could have at least left it on the computers.
Today.
No, it's in the device.
No, that's what I mean. But you got the computer set up, so you could have just left it on there too.
Believe.
That's his way of saying, all right, you won.
The mouse man.
Believe.
Do you believe in life after moth?
Do you believe in the man and the moth? Man.
Is the man and the moth, or is the moth and the man?
Do you have the cryptids ready? Okay, I'm gonna swing over to you.
The first one is the one you've been talking about this whole time. I was gonna start off easy as Mothman. I got pictures too.
That's a quick and easy one.
in
That's a
case you
smash.
need.
Oh yeah, making love up in the sky.
That is a smash.
Red
He's
eyes.
nice, furry, fuzzy.
He's
I should say
soft.
not furry, but fuzzy.
They
There's not many.
also would show up in your room randomly.
Yeah, there's not many
Easy.
like people that can fly me to the top of a bridge, make love to me, and then have the bridge fucking explode. Like,
It's easy.
it's a good night. There's action and action and action. 3 types of action in that.
Believe. That's funny that you just happened to pull that up.
Yeah, it was the first. You guys started going, and I was like, "Well, he's the first one."
It's hard. It's hard because I would smash. I would smash the
Okay,
Mothman.
then
There's
you
already a
answered it.
lot of
That's why it would be hard.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's already a lot of fan fiction because Point Pleasant, where the bridge collapsed, and he's known for Point Pleasant, West Virginia. They have a statue of him there, and the statue is fucking ripped and has a nice booty on it. So people are already like, "I'd fuck that guy."
Oh yeah.
Would you also fuck that guy?
Yeah, I already told you.
Yeah.
I was the first one to answer.
Oh, sorry, I was still singing the Mothman song in my head.
I see
I'm
how it
already
is.
having fantasies.
I picked
of
on Keegan just a little bit
flying
in the
through the
beginning of this, and I
clouds.
was just gonna tune me out completely.
Wait,
Got it.
what?
Exactly. See that? See what he's doing? I figured.
You said you would smash.
Yeah,
So we're 3 for 3.
Yeah,
Smash.
that's a conglomerate
I got that.
smash.
Okay.
I
Let's
got
take
That's the epic smash button. If we had an epic smash button, like a big golden, easy
gonna-
button, but it says smash on it and it's just gold, I'd
We're
beat
just
that
gonna get a
fucker
nut
into the
button.
floor. Nut button. There we go.
Nut. Nut.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, that will.
Yeah. Nut or yeet.
I'm gonna.
It's
add,
become apparent to me we're gonna need 2 more microphones in this room.
I got one.
Yeah.
That's what I said, I got one.
We have 2. What are you talking about? I got the snowball right over here.
I know, but we have nothing to hook it up to.
Yeah, we need to get a multi-port for the media control device.
Yeah.
So this is just gonna be a
You're like,
regular
what?
thing. So should I be expecting her to on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Yep. She's like, yep. This is too much fun.
We're just gonna end up being here with all of our girlfriends. Is what's gonna happen. Wife.
So let's take it to next level. If you guys are smashing him, top or bottom, would you let him smash you?
I'm imagining being caressed through the clouds.
He's holding you.
Just hugging me
He's
like
just
Superman.
hugging
like
you.
Titanic style. But like Peter Pan. So
Coming
you're facing
down.
a different, there's 2 different
Coming
ways.
down in the moonlight atop a bridge, nice steel structure bridge, where he has a nice, Russian carpet laid out with a picnic.
Why are you going into detail with this? He's just asking top or bottom.
Flying through the air. Mothman naked. I naked from the waist down. We are connected as one.
But he didn't
We
take
are
my
one.
socks off, so I have a shirt and socks still on.
I have a white t-shirt, lightly misted from the waters of Point Pleasant.
as the dew of the clouds brushes my brow.
As his eyes burn into mine with a beady red glare.
The wind tickles my groin.
As it plays with the hairs on my ass cheeks.
He is antenna deep inside me.
Wings
I
flutter
think I
across
would be
my
top.
cheeks.
He
I would be
grabs
okay
the,
with
He grabs the back
You're
of
like,
my
I
neck
don't want
as
to
if
get fucked.
say
I want to
love
be
you.
the fucking owner.
He grabs the
I'm gonna
back of my
dominate
neck
that
as if to say
Mothman.
I love you, but he doesn't. He just spits in your face
and screams.
as he flies to the clearest, most brightest light, which is the moon. We reach the atmosphere and we both choke to death for lack of oxygen. And as we plummet back from the stratosphere, we both regain consciousness and go, "That was the best climax ever." As he opens his wings 4 inches from the ground and peels back up into the sky and says, "I know."
We embrace in a bird fuck. All right. What's our next scripted?
Oh, I got more of these.
How many do you guys want to do?
Like I said, like 2 or 3. Like,
2 or 3 would be good, yeah.
Okay. The second one is the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, Nessie?
Nessie.
She's got a long
You
neck.
need to see her. You gotta go to Scotland.
Not long enough.
There's plenty
Nut
of lube
or
in that
yeet?
lake.
Nut or you? Tannen's like,
Let me see. Oh wait.
I'm gonna pass on
took
that
my
one.
fucking
I'm not a big
eyes.
fan of fish.
That's kind of a weird suggestion there. That you're not a fan of fish.
I don't like fish. If I'm gonna smash something, I'm gonna want to eat it at some point
No.
in a sexual way.
No, it's like the same way.
Ooh.
And I don't like fish. And you know,
And you know,
I don't think something that lays eggs to be fertilized is something that you can really smash anyways.
like I said, she's got a long neck.
Sharp teeth, brother.
I like your neck.
Nessie's got them Black and Decker pecarecas, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. There is a thing saying that she breathes like a dolphin. I don't know how that works.
Do you have experience in this?
I have research.
Well, here's the crazy part.
I'm
because
never
this-
using your laptop.
they literally made like what is it, King of the Hill episode off of like one of them getting humped by a dolphin.
Oh yeah.
That is a real episode of King of the Hill.
Why do things always come back to King of the Hill with us?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
I never-
because
I don't
I'm
even watch
definitely
King of
getting
the
a ball blast after this. You mean you can't make it to formation, but you can get yourself a ball blast?
God, I love that.
God damn it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby.
That's my purse. I don't know you. It's a conspiracy.
So Manny,
I'm gonna say smash.
smash. I'm passing. What do you say?
Nut.
When in
I have
doubt,
no
pound it
feeling in
out.
that leg, by the way.
I think we're
I
gonna
blame
go
it on
with
video
nut,
games.
yeet
Makes
or
it pretty
nut.
violent.
His leg's gonna fall
Yeah,
off.
I think we have deemed it eat or nut.
Yeet or
Trying
nut.
to.
Yeet or nut. It sounds so.
Yeet or nut. I like
Here's the
playing
thing,
that one game.
If
Yeet or
things get a
nut.
little too hot and heavy, and you end up like getting up onto shore, you're a dead man. Just saying, you're a dead man. So I'm gonna pass. Yeah, I'm gonna yeet.
Now I'm thinking about babies that are half Loch Ness Monster and half Manny Martinez.
Yes.
It'd be really crazy is just having that like
And that
fins for
is
arms,
how
but a long ass
Quetzalcoatl was
neck, but on
made.
like a human body.
And then like a ponytail
Yeah, that's basically the Aztec serpent god.
and glasses. It's got Manny's glasses on, and the hat with the
No,
ponytail
he
coming
wouldn't
out the
need
back.
glasses. He'd inherit his mother's sonar.
That's true. Yep, that's true.
try writing a fan.
Be wearing
on that
fucking-
one.
I can. I'll
It'd be
do it.
it'd be wearing what is it? Razor shoes,
Razor
razor brand shoes on all four of its feet.
on his half flipper nubs with thumbs that shoot electricity.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that.
Sweet, that's good.
Thank you, Ruth.
Until next week of How Weird is Weird.
Believe.
Believe
I would nut in the Mothman.
All three of us nut in the Mothman. What to say? Someone just breathed in the microphone. That was
Brings a
weird.
whole
My
new
ear
meaning
holes.
to mothballs. We're out there getting our mothballs.
Fuzzy.
Tickle.
Believe in the mothballs.
What's strange is they still smell like your grandma.
Yeah,
Who's to say that it wasn't her that did the thing first?
she got the first nut.
And made you.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. Let's start with the story of the SS Valencia.
That's where the purses came from.
In 1906, the SS Valencia. I don't know purses, man. Like, it's such an obscure joke.
No worries, Baba Yaga no.
I know that we have a wide array of listeners, so I had to throw.
Okay,
something
for the
there.
0.5% of listeners that know what purse brands. Okay. 1906, the SS Valencia sank off the coast of Vancouver, British Columbia. The final report on the matter was that navigational mistakes and poor weather led to the sinking of the vessel. Eventually,
She said. Stopped your train of thought.
Yeah, a little bit. So 37 of 108 people, 108. I'm gonna start over because this is not going well for me.
God, like, he's only had like
He's literally only had
That's probably
a half
why.
a cup of
hasn't
Diet
even had
Pepsi
a quarter
or
of
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Talking like a.
That's probably why I'm not loosened up.
you can't. You can't.
Pink
Okay,
purple
give me
people
some.
eater. Pink purple people eater.
You know I'm gonna drink a lot of it.
Finish it. I have more.
Okay. All right.
Horchata. Churro.
My tongue has been loosened.
Oh.
They call him the God Tongue.
No, they just call him box of mac and cheese.
They call him the slithering slurp.
My mom's always making mac and cheese with my stepdad Terry. They won't ever let me have any.
It sounds so good too. They're always like, yeah, every time.
Praying to God. They go to church.
Oh God, yes.
And then they start doing wrestling moves. Like, get on top, get on bottom.
And then Terry comes out, drinks all my Mountain Dew, and goes back in.
I don't know why they're getting so sweaty, though.
I told them to turn the AC off.
They're gamers.
They're gamers.
All right. The SS Valencia. In 1906, the SS Valencia sank off the coast of Vancouver, British Columbia. 38 of merely 108 people were saved using lifeboats, among which one simply disappeared. The final report on the matter was that navigational mistakes and poor weather led to the sinking of the vessel. 6 months after the sinking, a local fisherman, Klenewa Tom, and his wife reported seeing a lifeboat with 8 skeletons in a nearby sea cave at the shoreline of Pachina Bay. Pachina sounds like a Spanish curse word.
Or like a really tasty snack.
Chocolate.
Or a Native American.
Something. Like.
Yeah.
Sexualized.
Oh, by the way, I found out something really
What the
funny.
fuck did you just say? You just whispered something really weird in my ear.
I like that you caught it. I was like, what?
Like, call me ignorant, but like, you know those little
How ignorant.
hello to you.
What's up, ignorant my mind?
You're gonna know what this is because I cannot for the life of me remember the name. The little wheels that normally the guy with the cart would bring, like they're orange. They puff up when you heat them up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cheetos.
I found out that you could literally take those, put them in some oil, throw it in the air fryer, and it'll actually puff them up.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to eat them.
I know what I mean. Like, that's how you eat them, but I didn't know it would work in the air fryer because I tested it. Had no idea.
You do it that way. That's basically why you buy them. Is just like making crisps at home.
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper.
What the fuck does this have to do with Pachina Bay?
I know, we said a snack, and then I thought of that. I was like, oh.
Pachina bites.
Dude, I would really like to go for some of those wheels right
Pachina
now.
Cheetos.
They're tasty.
I said what I said because it sounds similarly close to a Mexican word for a type of sugar called panocha. And panocha is also a slang word for vagina.
At least it's like better
The
than
sweetest sweet.
vagina.
Pachina.
Why'd
It
you
still
say it with
sounds
so
better.
much-
It still sounds better, in my opinion.
The mouth of the cave was obstructed. Pachina Cave.
So you gonna let me visit Pachina Bay tonight, babe?
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's got the red tide.
This is perfect. This is the new slang word.
We were talking about boats, right?
This is the perfect new slang word.
The mouth of the cave.
It's also near a cave. This is the worst analogy ever.
My cave is obstructed by a boulder.
There's a secret cave that you should not enter unless giving permission to enter.
And you gotta make sure the tide is right.
Yeah, the tide must be right.
Yeah.
Bring the toll.
And if you're not careful enough,
troll.
if you're not careful enough, the seas will be foamy.
Sometimes you need to take protection. You know.
Take heed.
Okay, we're getting a
We're on
little far
fucking
now.
Tangent.
The mouth of the cave was obstructed by a large boulder, and the cave was reported to be around 200 feet deep. There was no definite explanation for the lifeboat's presence in the cave, but it was believed that the high tide had lifted the boat into the cave's mouth. Due to the dangerous seas outside the cave's mouth, the lifeboat, along with its human remains, could not be recovered. Local fishermen similarly reported lifeboats being rowed by skeletons of Valencia's victims. And oddly enough, when transporting the survivors of Valencia to Seattle, city of Topeka stopped in the water to relay the news of Valencia's foundering to a passing vessel. Foundering, I think, means sinking. Some observers on board claimed that they could make out the shape of the Valencia within the black exhaust emanating from city of Topeka's funnel. In fact, while steaming to port with survivors, a ship approached her and passed very close by. To the horror of all on board, the ship passing by was the Valencia, the ship that had just sunk, or foundering. For any of you that don't know, it's called foundering.
The vessel had just foundered?
It had just foundered. The crew on board the Phantom Valencia were skeletons. The Phantom steamer was on the same course she was on, heading straight for the rocks. The Valencia signaled to the city of Topeka, which added to the terror of the people on board of the Topeka. After the chilling experience, the Topeka continued with no other incidents. In 1910, the Seattle Times reported that sailors claimed to have seen a phantom ship resembling Valencia near Pachena Point. The sailors observed waves washing over the Phantom steamer as human figures. I'm going all in my mic. I need to back up a little
like
bit.
a Phantom steamer, like the poop that you take and it goes down the pipe already, so when you turn to look at it, it's just gone.
No. Those are the ones where you get it, where you wipe and there's nothing there.
Oh, yeah. The Phantom steamer.
I call that just being lucky.
My job here is done. The sailors observed waves washing over the Phantom steamer as human figures held onto the ship's rigging for dear life. Similar apparitions were reported for years following the disaster. And everything we're going to take away from that story is that we have a new name for no wipe shits.
And code for visiting the Panicha Bay.
Yeah. Who wants to read the next one? The Lady Lovabone.
Lady in Red.
I mean, I'll do it.
You got it.
Oh, wow. The guy who hasn't read one was like, yeah, get into it.
Wait, you haven't read one yet either. It's literally the second one.
Big surprise. The guy that doesn't want to fucking read.
Oh
is
man,
gonna
the
read.
guy that doesn't read is actually reading because he has to, because it's part of his podcast, the job that he has to do, the
Jesus.
thing that he does after work because he's not got, fucking friends that come over. That's fine. Fuck. The Lady Lovey Bond. Yeah. All right. Sometimes spelled Luvibond. I don't even know why they have to include that.
That is
but
literally the
sure.
same way it is spelled.
That's the funny part. Is like in this article, that's exactly how it's spelled, so it doesn't even change. The Lady Lovibond is the name given to legendary schooner that is alleged to have been wrecked on Godwin Sands off of the Kent coast, southeast England, on 13th of February, 1748. That sentence makes no fucking sense.
The lady got wrecked.
Lady got wrecked.
On the good one.
And is said to appear there every 50 years as a ghost ship. Non-contemporary records of the ship or its supposed sinking are found. So it's Phantom ship because no one's ever seen it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't actually exist.
It doesn't actually exist.
The story goes that the ship was at sea on the 13th of February because her captain, Simon Reed, had just been married and was celebrating the occasion with a cruise.
Is
So
it
I know
Simon-
it sounds great, honey. Let's take a really long trip on a boat.
Is Simon Reed the guy from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
It's Simon Powell.
Cowl.
Cowl.
cowl with a C. According to several accounts, the ship was bound or Oporto in Portugal.
It was on port. That's what that means.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Porto.
Despite the long-standing sailors' superstition that it was bad luck to bring a woman on board, Reed had brought his bride, Annetta, with him on the ship.
Did you have to say it like that?
Annetta, because it's her fucking fault. That's why they sank. It's bad luck. She should have known.
Yeah, you don't take women on boats.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Pirates of the Caribbean taught me that.
Yep. First one.
It is a
Yeah.
bad omen.
It's like the first thing they say in the first one.
According
get
to
off the
legend, the first mate, John Rivers, that's funny because they sang in an ocean, a rival for the hand of Captain's young wife, was pacing the deck in jealous anger. Berg, you took my woman.
Why would you invite the guy who, you know...
You're flexing. I was like, look at my boat, look at my wife.
I got the girl, I got the boat. Let's
I'm gonna
go.
fuck the love of your life
And I'm going to pay you for
while
it.
you steer the ship.
While the captain, his wife, and their guests were celebrating the marriage below deck. Ooh. The first mate
All together?
Consummation.
The first mate
proclamation.
was seized with a fit of jealous rage, casually drawing a heavy club like belaying pin from the rail. The mate walked softly behind the crew member at the wheel and felled him on the deck with one crushing blow.
Belaying pin is something that holds the rigging ropes to
Yes.
the deck.
Rivers then seized the wheel, steering the ship into a treacherous Godwin Sands, killing everyone aboard. A subsequent injury to the disaster recorded a verdict of a misadventure.
Inquiry.
Inquiry. I know I read that
It's okay.
completely wrong because I'm reading it on a small device. The first supposed sighting of the Phantom Lady Lovibond on 13th February 1798 was reported that by at least two ships, the Edinburgh, captained by the James Westlake. There's people with lakes in their names.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
almost like it was all made up or something.
And a fishing smack. Yes, it's and a fishing smack is what I'm reading. It's lifeboats from Deal in hopes of rescuing the survivors. Captain Bull okay, Mr. Weird Name. Prestwick allegedly cited her in 1948 and reported that she looked real, but gave off an eerie white glow. There was no reported in 1998 sightings.
Because they happen every 50 years.
But like, look how that last sentence wrote. There was no reported 1998 sighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes
Cool.
sense.
Just making sure I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
The rest of that was probably the rest of that like paragraph was all jacked up, and
Yeah.
and now I'm like second guessing everything. That's
a
why I
lot of this
started
is
stuttering.
copy and pasted from Wikipedia. So some articles will be written by an American, and some will be written by like, someone from another country where they put like the date before the month. So then it's like 13th February 19. So that's why it's weird. But
Got it.
And clearly I proofread these, but I don't proofread them well enough. What I should be doing is like sitting down, like reading them out loud to myself, but I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy. No.
That's why I kind of go on tangents.
Yeah,
I'll just like add my own words in there.
that's fine.
Well, you got the pirate hat on, so I think you have to read the next one.
Yeah. Arr. Did you know that this is the topic we're going to be talking about tonight?
No, I like to go into the topics blind.
Yeah, I know you both do.
I try to read them, but I've had multiple issues that have prevented me from...
We're all very busy.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering because you're wearing the pirate hat. It's just...
It's my logo.
Oh, that's true. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
They call me the Mexican pirate. I don't know why, but it's probably because of movies. And I'm Mexican.
Zorro of the Sea.
I don't know if Zorro was considered a pirate, you know?
Was he Mexican, though?
Yeah. He was more like a Robin Hood. And a mujeriego.
What?
A mujeriego. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but
Is that a mask?
he's just a mask. No, that is the male version of a slut, I guess.
Oh.
It's like if you've watched any of the old Zorro stuff, like he's always got a new thing.
Yeah. All right.
He's a very physically active young man who likes to ride horses and play with knives.
Cuts like the last letter of the alphabet into a lot of things.
And sales,
Why are you cutting a
shirts.
Z into my shirt?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
It's because I own an upholstery store.
It's good for business.
Can you imagine if that was the plot, that he'd go around and like rob people, cut Z's into his shirt so they would bring it into his like clothing store to get patched up.
And when they brought it in, he was dressed the same.
Yeah, the same black suit and everything.
Yeah, but it's
My cuts are very even.
instead of holding a sword, he's just holding like a needle. He's like, oh.
And a pair of fabric scissors.
I see you ran into my twin brother.
Zorro, I am Zero. All right, you want to read the Flying Dutchman? That's the big boy.
Yes, the Flying Dutchman.
Yarr.
Yar. Scurvy me timbers.
Scurvy my britches. Swab the poop deck.
Poop the swab deck.
Grab the rum and eat some oranges. There shall be no scurvy on this boat tonight.
Or you'll be going to the crow's nest.
Stop trying to touch my port.
My stern is off limits.
These are the stupidest pirate jokes. All right, the Flying Dutchman. In merry time, that's happy time folklore.
So happy I just dropped anchor in me pants.
I never understood why they called it merry time. I think it's
maritime.
It's merry time.
It's maritime.
It's merry time.
Maritime.
It's merry time.
Okay, you're right. It's maritime.
It's merry time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna call my bar.
And maritime folk.
Maritime folklore.
And maritime folklore. The Jost ship.
I can't say it the other way. Maritime.
There, you just said it that way.
Sounds like I'm purposely trying to say it with an English accent. Maritime.
That's white. That's not English. That's white. You're just trying to say it like a white guy.
Yeah. I'll just say the whole story like a white man. Because I can't do white woman. It's like not possible. I mean, it's possible. But...
You do a white woman all the time. What are you talking about?
All right. In maritime folklore.
That's funny because it's true.
The ghost ship.
Now go, tell me about them ghost ship.
There were this time around the ghost ship that had left the maximum impact like no other by inspiring numerous paintings, films, books, operas, etc. Vanderdecken, the captain, on its way towards East Indies with, I don't like how this is spelled at all. The captain on its way towards East Indies with sheer determination tried to steer his ship through the adverse weather conditions of the Cape of Good Hope. Never go through anything that sounds that easy. But failed miserably, even after vowing to drift until the doomsday.
So it was actually the Cape of Bad Hope.
Anything called like Easy Cape Harold is just like jagged rocks and shark infested.
The Cape of False Hope.
Yar, there be no hope here.
Except for the Cape. That's good hope.
Legends say that since then they have been cursed to sail the oceans for eternity.
Yep. Just like that movie.
Why? They literally just died. And they're like, they died, now they're going to be cursed.
That's what I was wondering when I was...
Get out of here, ghost. Piss off.
Fuck you and your good hope.
I was wondering that when I first read this. I was like, why are they cursed, though? Like,
That's
because they got...
fuck you,
They just
that's
got fucked
why.
over, and he was just determined to not get fucked over, so they're cursed.
It's like, we're going to get
No wonder in
a
the movie...
day's worth of sailing done and get there faster if we go through this Cape of Good Hope.
I was wondering, like, did they steal some, like, Aztec gold or something? Like, why would they be so cursed? But
To
no.
this day, hundreds of fishermen and sailors from deep sea have claimed to have witnessed the Flying Dutchman continuing its never-ending voyage across the waters. On a 3-year voyage during his late adolescence in 1880 with his elder brother, Prince Albert Victor of Wales, and their tutor, John Near Dalton,
Just
from
in case
Kentucky.
they needed help with their fucking math problems while they're on sea.
I like how his brother, Prince Albert Victor of Wales, is not a future king.
No, he's a little brother. That's why
You little prick.
he was less inbred, so they couldn't choose him.
He was the, what do they call it? The chambermaid's son? The chambermaid's son.
Bastard son.
And their tutor, John Neal Dalton from Kentucky. What?
What? Where'd you get to Kentucky?
Dalton.
Dalton. Kentucky. Kentucky. Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Ten cunty.
They temporarily shipped into HMS what the fuck? Into HMS Inconstant after the damaged rudder.
Isn't that what happens when you shoot yourself? You're inconstant.
I thought it was
No,
inconstant.
Oh, I was missing a consonant.
He gets embarrassed.
Can somebody look up what HMS stands for?
Her Majesty's ship.
Ah,
I think it's something along those lines.
Harry, Mary, Sam.
So, that too. Yeah.
I thought it just stood for his mighty schlong.
Her maritime sailing.
Maritime.
Inconstant. Why? That's the worst name for a ship. It's just inconstant. That means it's never doing anything.
No,
It's just there.
it does
After-
something for a little while, then
and
it
then
stops.
Inconstant. The damaged rudder was repaired in their original ship, the 4,000-ton Corvette Bishante.
Bashante.
Bitch on dude.
I got confused when I saw Corvette, and I was like, what? Are we talking about Chevy trucks now? Cars? The prince's log,
It's got a crew cab.
indeterminate as to which princes it belonged to due to later editing before publication. Records records the following for the pre-dawn hours of July 11th, 1881. Off the coast of Australia in the Bass Strait between Melbourne and Sydney, July 11th at 4 a.m., the Flying Dutchman crossed our bows. A strange red light as of a phantom ship all aglow, the mists of which light the masts. Why is it? This is the weirdest Old English.
Let me give it a shot.
Oh no, I got it.
No, just because you said you want to do it.
I got this.
I mean, I'll put some like old English sailing music in here.
Go for it.
July 11th
Let me.
at 4 a.m. The Flying Dutchman crossed the bow.
July 11th, 4 a.m. The Flying Dutchman crossed our bows. A strange red light, as of a phantom ship aglow, in the midst of which light the masts, sparse, and sails of a brig 200 their yards distant stood out in the strong relief as she came up upon our port bow, where also the officer of the watch from the bridge clearly saw her, and did the quarterdeck's midshipman, who was sent forward at once to the forecastle, but unseen either near nor right away of the horizon, the night being clear and the sea being calm. 13 persons altogether saw her. At 10:45 a.m., the ordinary seaman who had this morning report the Flying Dutchman fell from the forepost mast, cross trees on the top gallant forecastle, as was smashed to atoms. Har.
Ah, sail the Wellerman come, bringing on ships on the rum. They got ribs and gold.
Bring your sugar and tea and rum.
So the best account of that ship comes from an inbred king who I'm pretty sure was one of the crazy ones.
I saw it. Don't ask me questions how I saw it, but I saw it. Dumbass.
The next one is the Queen Mary. Kevin, have you ever heard of the Queen Mary?
I think I've heard of it a few times.
I heard there was like a ghosts and stuff on there.
There is absolutely ghosts because I used to work there.
Is there no stuff there? Just a ghost?
No, it's actually a
big-
hotel, which is
I'm just
crazy.
kidding. There's
It's
like
a canoe.
ghosts and stuff. You
It's
know?
just a
Like,
spooky canoe.
It's a spooky canoe.
If you look under that bench seat over there, there's a turd under it. Pretty spooky, right? It just keeps offering you.
I'm the ghost of Mr. Hanky.
It just keeps telling you to, just like Christmas and stuff. I don't know.
Watch out for the phantom steamers.
Like we tried to get on it, but we couldn't find the paddles to get us anywhere.
That's what makes it spooky. They're all ghosts.
You know how hard it is to grab a ghost paddle?
I'm going to read this one because Kevin has some insider knowledge that I'd like for him to jump in with.
I do.
The RMS Queen Mary is a retired British ocean liner that sailed primarily on the North Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967. The ship was a British response to the express superliners built by German, Italian, and French companies in the late 1920s and the early 1930s. With the outbreak of World War II, she was converted into a troop ship and ferried Allied soldiers during the conflict. Following the war, Queen Mary was refitted for passenger service, and along with Queen Elizabeth commenced the two-ship transatlantic passenger service for which the two ships were initially built.
But did you know what they called the Queen Mary during that time in World War II?
Queen's Mary.
The Gray Ghost, because they actually painted the entire ship gray to hide in the overcast weather in Germany because it's overcast all the fucking time. Except for summer.
So it's camo.
Pretty much. They painted the whole thing gray.
That must have been a pain
So
in
that
the
it,
fucking ass.
Well, it is because it looks literally like the Titanic, but just a little bit smaller. And they painted the whole thing gray. So it was like it's supposed to look like a cruise liner from back in the day. So just imagine all those little like embellishments and
All grayed out.
They had to paint all of it gray.
And they all got cancer because it was lead-based.
Probably.
Had to be waterproof, you know.
The two ships dominated the transatlantic passenger transportation market until the dawn of the jet age in the late 1950s. By the mid-1960s, Queen Mary was aging and was operating at a loss. After several years of decreased profits, Queen Mary was officially retired from service in 1967. On October 2nd, 1942, Queen Mary accidentally sank one of her escort ships, slicing clean through the light cruiser HMS Caracalla off the Irish coast with a loss of 239 lives. That's a lot.
Quite significant.
Yeah. Queen Mary was carrying thousands of Americans of the 29th Infantry Division to join the Allied forces in Europe. Bought by Long Beach in 1967, was converted from a seafaring vessel to a floating hotel, where it still sits today.
Straight crippin'.
Straight crippin'. As in every ghost story, while there have been sightings and hearings of lights being switched on and off and laughter coming from a room, in the case of the Queen Mary ship, there have been other incidents to which have been noted as being out of the ordinary. A sighting of a man in dark clothes and whose face is bearded is a regular apparition. The apparition of this ghost refers to a very well-known incident that happened in the Queen Mary ship, where a fireman was killed by getting crushed underneath a watertight door during regular fire drill. Jesus Christ, that's a bad way to go. This apparition is one of the... This apparition is of this...
Oh, yeah?
Um,
And I no longer want to read this.
I don't want to read that part. Fuck it. It's the same dude who haunts the doorway, which was responsible for his death in the first place. The sounds of footsteps on the floor near the first class swimming pool when there's no swimming activity can be possibly heard in the first place is a okay. I'm completely.
I know that
I
ghost.
think
I
that's
know
just
that ghost.
badly put together sense.
I think
and
so.
I think it's footsteps appearing on the floor.
Well, no, because there's a whole story behind that, and there's a reason why they take you by the pool for their
Pictures?
ghost tour.
Why?
The little girl is drowned in that pool,
Oh,
and her name is actually Mary as well.
ooh.
And it's actually quite creepy. So, like, you know, obviously she was unattended. This is way back when parents didn't give a shit what their children were doing.
Mary, you gonna
And-
learn how to swim today?
She drowned in the pool. So now you can actually hear splashing in water when it's actually drained. There's no water in it. And you can hear footsteps.
Ew.
And occasionally a little girl will laugh.
Yeah, it actually does go on to say that sounds of children crying and laughing in the third class playroom nursery and the sightings of a little girl who drowned in the second class swimming pool has also been noted and reported. Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Stateroom B340,
Oh, yeah.
which Kevin has stayed in.
Why the hell
Oh, no,
are we
haven't
even
stayed in
reading
that-
this?
we
Why isn't
haven't
Kevin
stayed
just
in that
talking
room.
about
This
it?
is a room I want to stay in
Oh,
because
okay.
they don't just grant anybody access to this room because of how haunted
But you've
it
been in the
actually
room.
is. I've been in the room before. Even just being in the room with the lights on,
Mm-hmm.
it's so intense just being in that room because of what they use that room for. So it's not just any old passenger just stays in that room. That is the ship's psych ward. So, like, mentally just messed up people were in that room, and that's
Just-
where they kept them.
Physically draining when you're in there.
Like,
Yeah, like you stand in there and just feel
passengers or
heavy.
like military?
It was a little of both,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
because it was like, back in the day, when that was actually an active cruise liner, I mean, obviously they had to keep those people somewhere as well. Now, for the soldiers, that was also the same case.
Mhm.
Like, they're shell shocked, they got PTSD, they got all this things going, they just saw their friends die and all this fun stuff they got shot at and hit, because if they're on that boat, they got hit because that boat during World War II was used to transport either dead, dying, or hurt soldiers back to the U.S.
Okay.
And that's why there's a lot of apparitions of soldiers on that boat as well. So you'll see apparitions of World War II soldiers on that ship as well.
Damn.
Yeah, heavy stuff.
Reports in B340 date back to the final ocean voyage in 1967 and include complaints from guests staying in B340 claiming that someone was knocking on the door in the middle of the night, which it would make sense with a mentally unstable person. They would be knocking on the door to get out.
Oh, yeah.
On the door to get
Absolutely.
out. Sorry, I lost my place. Other complaints include bathroom lights turning on by themselves, the sink faucet turning on and off on its own, and unexplained bathroom doors shutting. Some guests have reported the covers of their bed being pulled off while asleep and waking to see a dark figure standing at the foot of the bed. Now, you were saying last week, didn't something like that happen to you guys?
Yes, actually. So I was doing a media event for the Queen Mary during their Halloween event called Queen Mary's Dark Harbor. I was asked to stay on the boat and was given a free room. We were sharing the room and, with one other actor of mine. And I invited Ruth over because I was like, yeah, I got a free room on the boat. You should come over. And reluctantly, she was like, yep, I'll be on my way. And it was incredibly eerie. We found out that how dark that room got the second you turned it off, even with having a porthole facing the parking lot, like the event, with lights shining outside, like how dark that room got.
Yeah. It got really dark. I don't like the dark.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the whole room got like pitch black, and we looked even to the other side of the room where there was a door that went into like the next bedroom where our friend was staying, and you couldn't even see into it. It was so dark, and we're like only a few feet away.
And the whole time, like, I was laying on the bed, I just felt like something was staring. And I know our friend in the other room was not.
Oh, he was knocked out. He was sawing logs.
He was out.
He was snoring. And so Ruth and I, obviously we get in bed. We're sleeping. And she's got both her hands on my chest, one leg running kind of parallel with my other legs. And then she had her left leg kind of over all of our legs. So, yeah, she was just, she was cuddling. Basically, she had her hands and her feet in places where I knew where her hands and feet were. And as we were sleeping, from behind her, the bedsheet was absolutely pulled on. Like, someone grabbed the sheet from, like, the middle of her back and then just gave it a good tug. And I didn't sit up fast. I just kind of sat up and looked over. And there's nobody there. Our friend's still in the other room sawing the logs. And I mean, I didn't obviously do it the fastest, but I didn't also do it slow. So it's not like he could have ran away in that, like, 2 seconds it took me to sit up,
You would have heard someone run across the room.
You would have also, yeah, exactly. You would have heard it on the floor. And it was just kind of like one of those things where it's like, working there, it's like, okay, yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking it is. Because he's still asleep. She's still asleep with all of her appendages.
Well, no, when you sat up, I was like, what? And you're like, oh, nothing.
No, I said if I told you, you wouldn't go back to sleep.
And then because you said that, I was like, no, I'm not sleeping now.
She's like, I'm definitely not going to sleep. I was like, well, I have to get up anyway because I got to go down to makeup.
I stayed up the whole time.
And I just, like, as I'm leaving the boat, like, going downstairs, I have to go outside the boat and around and then back in the boat to a different area. I could see her staring out the porthole, the hand on the glass, like, why?
Come back.
So it's like, what, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going downstairs to get makeup done. You're just like, don't leave me. You're by myself.
I eventually went to sleep once the sun came up.
But you left all the lights on and the TV was on when I got back.
Yeah. Everything needed to be on. That bathroom was really
That bathroom
weird
was
too.
so small. Like, what, Keegan, when we get this California trip down and the Queen Mary's open, we're going to get a room. And you're going to see how small these freaking bathrooms are, man. We're talking like early 1900s bathroom.
You'd think those would be huge with the size of dresses that were back there.
Are tiny.
Yeah.
It's literally trying to shit, shave, and shower in a closet. Like, it is.
Yeah, I saw pictures of them, and
they didn't change a damn thing about it. That's the thing. They may have changed the toilets out, but other than that, that's it. That's the only difference in that whole room. Everything's tile. Like, all the knobs are like freaking huge, like almost cartoony. Like, everything's just looks so weird.
Yeah, I really want to go. I was reading up on where they're at right now. They have like some crazy amount, like $2 million worth of renovations that they had to do in order to get it up to code because it's like rotting in the bay right now.
Well, the crazy part is obviously with working there, you're going to explore a little bit. Mm-hmm. And me and some friends, we got our makeup done and we're just kind of running around the boat. We're not supposed to, but
right.
Sorry, David, if you're listening. We eventually found ourselves on a floor, like way down towards the bottom where like literally you're on a catwalk and it's just full of water. Like, the ship was actively sinking during the event.
Wow.
And it was crazy because there was also a different year they changed where we were getting makeup done, and it had like a giant cutaway, like as if you can go downstairs and you look straight down, you see the bottom of the boat and all the water in the bottom as well, and you're like, damn, like this is
it's not
the
good.
Same floor I'm getting makeup on is the one floor that's dry. Like, that's just out of this world,
Yeah, well, hopefully they get it up and running soon.
Yeah, that's the hope. I hate to see that go because of how much of an icon it is where it is. Like, it's a beautiful ship still to this day, but it's It's definitely pretty sketch-tastic at the same
Yeah,
time.
and from what I know, usually when they decommission a ship from any use, they usually sink it.
Yep. That was one of the options they had of what to do with that ship, was either fix it or take it out and sink it and let it be like a diving destination, which I was kind of excited for too. It's like, oh, now I get to go in all kinds of parts because I can dive, but it's also really sketch-tastic.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let's see. Do you guys want to read the next one, or should I just keep going?
Are you saying you guys and then looking at me?
No, I was looking at both of you.
Oh god.
Yeah, I can read it.
All right. It's the Sargasso Sea.
Oh, but the next one is Manzanita Bay.
Do you want to read that one instead? I can read
Yeah,
this
I
one.
can say Manzanita all day.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for bringing some spice to the podcast.
No problem.
Let them do it. It's all good. Notable for being the only sea without land boundary, its borders are defined entirely by ocean currents. The Sargasso Sea, 1,000 mile wide and 3,000 miles long, is a name for a sargassum seaweed that floats
Sargassum.
upon its surface. The region is home to a diverse population of sea life, but it has also got some uncanny vibes coursing through its oh-so-calm, plant-laden waves. This eerie calmness contributes to the area mystery. God damn.
You have a laptop if you want to use
I
it.
know. I gotta start doing.
He literally
that.
had it open before you got here, and
I know.
decided not
Then he
to.
said he didn't want to use it, so I closed it for some stupid reason.
This airy calmness contributes to the sea's mystery, as several ships have been found drifting crewless through its peaceful waters. In 1840, the French merchant ship Rosalie sailed through the
The cat.
I can hear
Cat's
the
just
cat in the
Yeah.
screaming.
Sargasso Sea and was later discovered with its sails set but without any crew members on board. In an effort to explain the mysterious disappearance, 19th century lore told the Sargasso Sea's carnivorous seaweed, which was believed to devour sailors whole, leaving only the ship.
Yeah, so that's basically like the Bermuda Triangle sounding shit.
Was the seaweed that eats man?
Yeah.
Sargassogasm. That's all I got out of that story.
I didn't. Speaking of Bermuda Triangle, I didn't want to put that one in here because I don't really believe in it. Of all the things I believe in, I don't really believe the Bermuda Triangle is anything.
What?
I don't.
What?
It's just the most traveled area of the Atlantic Ocean, and ships are going to sink. Things are going to disappear. It's the most traveled area.
Is it though?
It is. I don't know. Maybe it's methane bubbles. Maybe Amelia Earhart was kidnapped by
It's the
Seaweed.
whole 26 airplanes, like
She was flying with Mothman,
singing the song.
and he took her out of the cockpit.
Mothman.
And flew away.
It's a Mothman.
All
Let me show
right.
you my wings, baby.
Let's get on to this last one.
They just have
your
children together, and
wings.
she died of old age and happiness.
And now he haunts Pleasant County.
Was so pleasant.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Mothman.
He got real loosened up by the
I was
mead.
doing that. What the fuck you doing?
I'm giving you guys a chance to let it out.
We'll save it for the Patreon.
All right. Manzanita Bay. Oh, wait. Let me say it like a Mexican.
Say what you choose.
Say what's just. Manzanita Beach, Oregon. Manzanita Beach.
I don't give a fuck.
Even if you think I should, bitch.
Do you know when I talk like that, the only thing I can think of is those Hispanic commercials. But everything they talk about or are selling are in perfect English.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
Those are real things in the Hispanic commercial thing. No, it's not even like that. It's like, muy bien, ahora tú y tu familia pueden regresar a T-Mobile con...
It's just like, what was it, Wayne's World? Where he was talking to that one, like, that bass player chick's, like, family, and they're all Asian. He was speaking, like, perfect Mandarin, and
Yeah.
so he was like, something, dude. It was all in, like, perfect Mandarin until he was like...
It's literally like my favorite thing. It's the most hilarious thing for me because there's apparently no translation for names in Spanish. It's like you'll be sitting there and you'll be like, ahora con Sears. It's like,
Burger King.
cómprate una nueva lavadora Samsung. They're the best commercials ever. I love them. So, Manzanita Beach, Oregon.
Did.
It is sad.
Sad.
It is
So
sad. It is said that in the 16th century, Spanish sailors were shipwrecked off the Oregon coast as shared by Coastal Living. Who are Coastal Living? I don't know.
As shared by Coastal Living.
Is this a magazine?
I think it's a magazine.
Okay, I was like, it's just random Coastal Living.
Click on it. It's a link.
Ah, it's a
Nope,
link.
Link is dead.
Nice. It's very
Better
helpful.
than all these people on this ship
Yeah.
right now.
They hiked up nearby Nikani Mountain. I'm sorry for
painful.
I'm
Mikani.
I'm sorry for butchering that. I have no idea how to say it. So,
It's Niakani.
what are you, fucking
Niakani.
Canadian? Niakani.
As shared by Coastal Living.
They hiked up nearby Nikani Mountain to hide their gold, burying it underneath a murdered African slave to serve as a warning. Some people say that more than one person was killed by the sailors and that their ghosts still haunt the trails. Reported the magazine.
Hey, we found out what it is. Magazine.
Coastal Living.
Coastal Living, the magazine.
Adding to the mystery, piles of stones show up on the beach every morning, as if washed up by the sea. And no one has ever seen them being built.
Ooh.
Who is building stones?
Who is stacking rocks? Ghost rock stackers.
Ghost Midnight Ghost. This is the equivalent of what are the crop circles?
We're recording a podcast, guys. Stop memeing.
There you go. What you be sad about it?
This doesn't make any sense. It's gotta be crop circles.
It's crop rocks.
Crop rocks.
Yeah, that was Kevin's nickname in high school.
Crop rocks.
It's all the crop t-shirts he wore.
The crop tops and powerlifting.
Yep, crop rocks.
Crop rocks.
Not to be mistaken with crap rocks, which is his nickname in middle school.
It's,
Crap rocks.
better than being called turbo titties, that's for sure.
Or wire nuts.
Crap rocks was his gambling slang name when he was lifting comp.
Hey man, what you reaching for? My crap rocks.
Well, he was in LA, so it was Crip Rocks.
He couldn't sell crack, so he was just playing craps.
But he had them crap crops.
I mean, you call them crap rocks. I mean, that's if you're playing like D&D when you keep getting fucking nat ones, man. It's crap rocks.
He only had two 12-sided D&D dice. That's it. Playing craps out on the street.
You lost me.
Oh man.
All right. So yeah, that's our episode on ghost ships and the haunted high seas.
Phantom ships.
Somehow we got
That is
through
a brand name right there. Phantom Chips.
that. Phantom steamers.
Steamers.
Oh my god.
Stanley Steamer, carpet cleaner.
Oh my god.
Wow, that happened like what, last week or 2 weeks ago? The same thing.
Same.
Stanley Steamers.
It's because it's a great jingle.
Yeah.
Like we know.
Hot
I've
steamers.
never had to figure out what Stanley Steamer's phone number is.
1-800
Steamers.
Steamers. JG Wentworth.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's my money and I want it now.
It's my money now. I need it now. Shut the fuck up, Karen. No one gives a shit.
On that note, thank you guys for bearing with us as we stumbled through this episode. It was a good one. It wasn't quite as far-fetched as some of our other ones, even though it was far-fetched.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so
It's a good new game, though. I like the new game.
this is a good game. We got a good game out
Quicker.
of it.
Don't forget, grab the booty. Arr.
Next week,
It stopped him in his tracks.
we will be talking about another cryptid.
Will
That's
we
what our show's about.
or skeet?
Yeet or skeet.
Yeet, yeet, or skeet, skeet, skeet.
Damn, bro.
All right, guys.
Can we just call it, oh yeah, or she?
Can we call it? Oh God, or oh God.
No, 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 yes.
Yes, no, yes, no.
Ghost ships. Are they real,
Yes.
or are they just another campfire tale?
Or ghost.
And remember, campers, don't go wandering too far from the campfire. There are things in the woods watching you, waiting for you to come into the dark.